Hello. Hello. I hope that this live stream works because I've changed the settings on OBS, which is the open broadcasting software, which anyone can use. And I have made it so it should be higher resolution. And I'm filming a tutorial at the moment. And I have tried to do this in the past and everything became very laggy and then the stream didn't work. And I hope now that I've got it set up so that it does work. So welcome to today's daily portrait drawing practice. I didn't stream yesterday, so today's reference has 2 portraits in it. And it's from this amazing book called Photobooth, which is curated, put together by Babette Hines. It's really cool. So let's start sketching. I want to keep this fairly brief. And these are 2 little people, 2 little portraits, which I'm thinking of putting over here. And if you're here live, please say hello in the chat. I see Oliver and Eddie are here. So nice to have you both here. How is the resolution? How's the quality of this? I hope it's good. And tell me if there's any discernible difference to the way I usually do it. And if you're watching the replay, please say hello in the comments. All right, I'm going to put a timer on. And I'm wondering so this is from this book, Photobooth. And so this is like a strip of little photos that have been printed out by the photo booth, I guess, or however it was done back in the day. Here's the page, which is lovely. It's really nice that these are like original size in this book. Laggy? I don't know, a bit of a blur, I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to do 2 of these portraits here, because I like the composition. I like the whole way it's set up. It's kind of like it's moved away a bit off center. The resolution is good, but I don't know. Always, every time I change settings, I get confused. I think sometimes my hand is a bit laggy, but the drawing is not going to be moving around as fast as I am, so it's going to be okay. Let's sketch together. I'll put a timer on. 5 minutes. Should it be 5 minutes each? I don't know. We'll see. I had a couple of ideas. I really liked the one I did a few days back where I went in with the ink brush and did this big shape and then drew on top of that. It was a fun way to get started. And so I'm wondering about doing something similar with this. We'll see. Because I'm focusing on values this month. Yesterday, I thought I was going to do this really productive tutorial filming day, and then I changed the settings, which is why I'm like testing it out with you here as well, and then things were not working, and what I thought was going to be a super productive morning was not, and it was kind of like, ugh. A bit of a letdown, but here we are. Things seem to be good now. I'm glad. Okay, so I think I'll start with the drawing and then a bit of brush into it because there's 2 really clear shapes, and we'll see how we go. Timer on now. How is your Thursday going, Oliver and Eddie? What are you up to today? How's your morning been? Yeah, yesterday I just had this like day where watching world news on Instagram often contributes to that kind of and then I thought I'd have a super productive morning, and then I didn't, and I decided today I would start my day by going for a walk, because yesterday I just went straight to the desk, and it turned out being totally unproductive. Just like a a draining morning. But I did, if the resolution is good now, Eddie's drawing a level crossing. Hello Kitty. What does that mean? A level crossing? Something in traffic? This is what it's conjuring up for me. What does that mean? Okay, so there are these two cute kids from the past. Who knows when these were taken? I do not. So it started for me, with us perhaps, with all found photos, and this genre, this world of found photos, so interesting. And I feel like it's a nice kind of expansion. The vintage portrait thing is so cool, like vintage photos. There's some element of mystery and time traveling in it, and just, yeah, I wonder what the process is like. So Babette Hines has created this whole book called Photobooth, and it's interesting, yeah, just having a glimpse into this, like, whatever reason, it conjures up memories of being in a photo booth myself, or getting passport photos taken of my kids, with this example here. And yeah, it's interesting, just this glimpse into someone else's little experience of having a photo taken, I guess. All right, so I think that would be interesting. Just in terms of like having something down there to kind of draw on top of. Kitty, Haushalt und Zeichnen, Haushalt und Zeichnen. Oliver, you just did your makeup and you'll probably go out, normal Thursday. Excellent. So we have the school holidays coming up in the not too distant future. And just realized last week, like, oh, there are these things I need to get done. Things I need to get recorded for myself and for other platforms. We have an episode of Drawn Together coming up next week with a medieval calligrapher, Julia, which is going to be really cool. What else are the things? My Patreon tutorial, which I realized, I said at the start of the month, I'm going to try and get it done by the third weekend of the month, which will be this weekend. Is that right? Is it already the third weekend of the month? Which means perhaps I'll film a tutorial for my Patreon tomorrow. And I've got, yeah, like 4 tutorials I'm trying to get filmed within the next 3 weeks, which is a totally doable thing. And I'm also trying to set up a course hosting platform to launch my facial features course, which has been waiting to be shared for quite a long time. Those of you who've been with me on Patreon for a while will know about it and will have already done it. Thank you for that. Perhaps you've already done it. But yeah, I've got to do some painting on the ground where I did this mural project 2 months ago. Part of it was we wanted to paint something on the ground, which is kind of like a minimal, compared to everything else, it's just a low-key part of the... Oh, I didn't put a stopwatch on. I didn't put a timer on. I put a stopwatch on, so we're at 6 minutes now. I was waiting for the 5 minutes to chime, but it's been and gone. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be painting a big butterfly on the ground on a basketball court. And that's something I also got to do. Alright, I've got these 2 inky brushes here. This one. So I'm happy for the return of Drawn Together next week. There are a couple of people, if you're on the Drawn Together Patreon, which you can also be a free member to, I posted, I think Monday, saying that the people I was hoping to have lined up for this month were not able to join us, but Julia's going to join us, which is really cool. The art of medieval illuminated manuscripts, and yeah, that's going to be fun. So Julia does these cool, like medieval animal, a combination of like this illuminated typography stuff and animal portraits, amongst other things probably. So it's going to be really interesting to chat with her about that. And if you're not yet familiar with the Drawn Together show, it is a draw-along podcast interview hangout where my dear friend Shannon and I talk to a series of really cool creative guests about their life and work. And it's going to be really fun. We haven't had a calligrapher or an illuminator on the show before, so looking forward to meeting Julia. Okay, almost at 9 minutes. This is interesting, this double portrait. Oh, they're really small. So now I've changed it, so I've got supposedly really good resolution, and then I'm drawing these tiny little portraits. So getting a bit closer, and get a little bit in focus. Here we go. That's funny. So I have, in the past I've tried to do high resolution live streams and they have not worked. And YouTube has said to me like, well, there's not enough information. We can't do this. We can't do this live stream. or my bit rate, like it gave me all sorts of warnings and stuff. And if this is working, if you can see this, the resolution is good, then that'll be good. Of course, I too will check out the replay to see how it looks. Something I've wondered about is how much does the resolution really matter? I can remember when things went like from VHS videotapes to DVDs, and it was like, wow, look how crisp it is, and it was like exciting. And then I remember things going to like high definition, where it was like the resolution just kept getting better, and I think it was it The Hobbit, which was maybe filmed like in super high resolution and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is, I can see too much. Like for some reason I didn't really like it as much as the kind of blurry. Not that I ever thought that the things I was watching before, I didn't perceive them as blurry or lacking in any way. But, you know, technological advance, it was like, oh, now things can be much higher resolution. And I remember this time of being like, but why? Is it necessary for things to be in such startlingly high resolution? And I wonder for this like genre of art making, videos and stuff, it would be interesting to know what your opinion is on high resolution. Because in the past I tried to film these like 4K videos, which my camera is capable of, and then like the file size was so big, my computer was really struggling, and I had to like switch back down to the 1080 resolution, which I think is still pretty good. Yeah, and I wondered if it was was it necessary to be making stuff in such high resolution? So for you, the people watching, I would be interested to know what you think about that. All right. 1080 is good enough for you, Eddie. Good to hear. All right. This is almost 13 minutes now, so it's not 10 minutes, but it's 2 portraits. So we're still technically kind of under. And they're 2 very little ones. And these may be the smallest portraits I have in this sketchbook so far. Yeah, I remember as I started doing YouTube stuff, hearing that sound quality is actually, it's better to have a good microphone than to be able to do stuff in 4K. If you sound good, even though it's a visual medium, that the sound is actually really important. It's interesting to look at photos of kids from the past who are definitely a lot older, if still alive right now. Okay, that's about 15 minutes, and I think I'm going to say that's it for today. Birthday cake is waiting. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Whoever's birthday it is, happy birthday. Thank you. Linda is here. Thank you to everyone who joined on this. It was morning, now it's afternoon. On this early live stream. You can put your drawing hand emoji in the chat. Hola, Lewis. Thank you for joining in. Lewis and Linda, who just joined, if you would like to go from the beginning, you could just, and anyone else who may have joined right towards the end, you could just take the thing, you could rewind it, you just take the bar all the way back so you don't have to watch extra advertising or anything, hopefully. My mum is here. Hello, Mum. Yeah, it's very spontaneous. It looks like if I gave a bit more notice in advance before going live, then perhaps there would be more people here. But I'm very appreciative for those of you who are here. And if you would like to, you can watch the replay. Look, here we go. Here are my 2 little kids from the Photobooth book. My 2 little kids who are the one same kid. And I'll just show you the last page because I think this spread is starting to look interesting. I really like the 2 from last time here. and this over here. I feel like this is compositionally and thematically turning into a very interesting kind of page. And this will maybe be the guide for my next tutorial, because this is something I really wanted to explore. Low key, high key, value studies stuff, which will be coming up in my next Patreon tutorial. And if you're interested in that, then make sure you check the link in my bio. You can join my Patreon, get access, immediate access to, I think there's 33 tutorials from the past years, and to all of my upcoming tutorials. You'll be able to get on there and draw along and learn with me. Linda says, hi Dylan's mum. Mum says, hi Linda. Yeah, thank you for being here. Happy birthday. And drawing hand in the chat and stuff. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's so cool to see you here, Linda. I was thinking of you yesterday. And I'll just say, I'll let you know, there is an At Drawn Together Show YouTube channel, and I just need to, I'm sorry that I don't remember your surname yet, Julia, but next week is going to be the next episode of Drawn Together, and Book Illumination is Julia's Instagram account, at Book Illumination. Julia, medieval book illumination artist, and I had to look her up on the internet to find her last name, which I've forgotten, but there'll be more information about Julia coming in the very near future. It's going to be really cool. Drawn Together is so much fun, and can't wait to chat with Julia about book illumination and animal portraits. It's going to be great. So that'll be next week on Thursday, a week from now. And yeah, Linda, I was thinking with the animal portraits that that you could be interested in our chat with Julia next week. So, all right, I've got more filming to do. On with that. Thank you for sharing my filming break with me with a live stream. And thank you to Babette Hines, who made this super cool book, Photobooth, which I think is out of print, but I have a used copy. There are used copies available, and there's a link, an Amazon link in the description if you want to check out that book. Tune in with me every day, join the Discord server for daily references, and let's keep making stuff together. It's going to be so cool. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday or whatever day